got Luciano Acosta. Laurel, do you want to start us off with that?
Yeah, Coach Noonan talked about last week, how he feels like you're really engaged and like you seem like you're, really ready for these playoffs. How do you feel like a different level when you reach the postseason?
It's too early to speak English. Pero no, la verdad que muy feliz porque se nos están dando los resultados que queríamos. Llegamos con confianza ahora, como lo dije el otro día, a los playoffs. Ya lo habíamos hecho muy bien contra Filadelfia, lo hicimos muy bien contra New York. Y hay que seguir por este camino, con esta mentalidad. Creo que lo hablamos en el grupo, lo hablamos antes de salir. Se ve un grupo mucho más diferente de lo que éramos hace un mes atrás. Y muy feliz por eso, porque ahora se vienen cosas muy grandes y tenemos que estar listos.
Yeah, for me, I'm really happy. We got the results we wanted against Philly and in Game 1 against New York. The team's playing a good way, and we know we need to keep going with that path. We talked as a team sort of before the game about like we're a different team than we were a month ago, and so it's about keeping those performances up and keep going in the same way that we've been performing.
What's different about the team from a month ago? What do you think has changed?
Creo que nada, un poco los regaños de Pat fueron más, se lo vio a Pat como más enojado, pero en un buen sentido. Creo que nos hacía falta caer en la realidad de que teníamos que pelear para salir adelante y nada, creo que volvimos a la mentalidad de lo que éramos. Creo que la confianza fue lo que volvió y nada, estamos bien.
I think we saw maybe a different side of Pat. Pat a little frustrated or angry with us, but it's been good. It's been about the mentality. Y me olvidé la segunda parte.
No me acuerdo eso tampoco, pero no, era lo que necesitábamos, quizás una piña sería en español, para reaccionar que teníamos que cambiar las cosas.
And I think that's what we needed. I think it was a bit of a comeback to reality for us to realize that we needed to have that fighting mentality to fight, to keep going forward, and I think it was exactly what we needed.
Lucho, do you think New York will be tougher on Saturday versus Monday because they're facing elimination?
Claro, tienen que ser más difíciles. Fueron difíciles el lunes, seguramente en su estadio, en su cancha, en su ciudad, van a ser mucho más difíciles. Van a salir a ganarnos y nada, nosotros tenemos que estar preparados con esa mentalidad de que tenemos ya un partido ganado, que si lo ganamos se termina la serie y podemos descansar un poco y nada, sabiendo que vamos a jugar en un estadio difícil, contra un rival difícil. Creo que necesitamos estar preparados.
Yeah, I think they were a tough team to beat on Monday, and so now you're going into their city, onto their field, with their fans. It's going to be a very tough opponent to beat on Saturday, but they're going to go out there to try and beat us. But we know that we've already won Game 1. We were one game away from winning the series, and that's a chance for us to advance, to close out the series, to get some rest, and that's really important for us. So it's a hard stadium to play in, a hard opponent to play against, and so we have to be ready.
The FC Cincinnati was close to having more goals on Monday night. Do you think there are more goals out there for FC Cincinnati, the way New York plays and the way you like to play against them?
Sí, creo que quizás podemos encontrar un rival donde esté un poco más abierto, donde vengan a atacar mucho y tenemos que aprovechar eso, las transiciones. Creo que tenemos que aprovechar que ellos van a estar desesperados por ganarnos. Nosotros tenemos que estar en ese sentido tranquilos y calmos para encontrar el camino de hacer un buen partido y poder ganarlo. Creo que lo importante va a ser golpear en el primer minuto o en los primeros minutos o en el primer tiempo para que ellos se abran mucho más de lo que van a venir.
Yeah, this is a team that's that can be open. They're a team that likes to attack, and so we have to take advantage of that in transition. And I think there's opportunities for us, and I think the key for us is going to be attack from the first minute, the first half, to take advantage of those moments to be able to maybe make them even play more open and more attacking, so that we can continue to take advantage of that.
Lucho, can you help explain to us just how different a playoff game is to a regular season game? And do you think FC Cincinnati is better suited maybe to even play in playoff games than regular season games with the style that you guys play or the intensity that you bring?
Creo que los playoffs son es un torneo aparte, sí, obviamente es un torneo aparte. Si perdés te vas a casa, eso es muy doloroso. Creo que venir a hacer una temporada muy buena y tener estos partidos así donde te puedes ir a casa es muy duro. Pero no, nosotros seguimos siendo el mismo equipo que empezó a principio de año. Creo que a principio de año hicimos un gran trabajo, por eso terminamos tercero. Y nada, estamos encontrando de nuevo ese estilo, ese sentido que teníamos a principio de año para poder hacerlo estos playoffs. Lo hicimos el año pasado muy bien también. Y nada, este año queremos más.
Yeah, for the playoffs, it's a tournament. It's, for the most part, it's win or go home. And when you can play very well for the whole season, but if you're in a game that's win or go home, it becomes very hard. And so for us, it's about finding who we were at the beginning of the season. We played very well at the beginning of the year. It's why we finished third. And so finding that mentality going in is kind of the same team that we were at the beginning of the year to take advantage. I think we played very well in the playoffs last year, so it's about trying to recreate that and do that again.
I don't want to put Yamil on the spot here, but after the game, Yamil said that he thinks no team in the world can perform well without consistency. And that last two games, you played with the same lineup for the first time. How nice has it been to have kind of some, who you're going to play with, some consistency across the lineup?
Oh, no entendí bien esa pregunta. Fue como...
Xavier dice que es muy difícil ganar sin consistencia.
Sí.
Obviamente no has repetido una alineación hasta el
Sí.
partido pasado. ¿Qué es la influencia de esa consistencia?
Oh, that's a hard question. No, creo que yo baso el fútbol en la confianza, ¿no? Creo que el fútbol se trata de contagio, de la confianza, de estar todos la misma mentalidad, de todos estar en un mismo nivel. Es muy importante y así se consigue la consistencia. Ganando. Obviamente que en algún momento, si perdés, tenés que responder rápido a la adversidad. Creo que nosotros este último tiempo lo hemos hecho. Hemos sido consistentes hasta que llegó el parate de la League Cup. Después también vinieron algunas lesiones. Estuve yo también lesionado. La verdad que es difícil tener consistencia en lo largo que es el torneo también. Pero nada, hay que seguir por este camino y hemos encontrado ese camino de nuevo para poder enfrentar esto de los playoffs que, como decía recién, es muy doloroso quedar afuera. El año pasado nos tocó en la final de la conferencia, este año queremos más y siempre es avanzar un poco más.
Yeah, for me, I base football on confidence. I think everything revolves around confidence, and consistency is a part of that. Confidence is contagious, and so when you're winning and the team is confident, that spreads for everybody. You have the same mentality. When you lose a game, you need to bounce back really quickly and get a win. And I think it's really hard to have consistency over the course of an entire season. For us, I think after that Leagues Cup break, there was, obviously there were some injuries. I was injured, but it was really hard to have consistency and, look at where we were in the playoffs last year and we made it to the conference final. I believe that we can go for even more this year, so it's about having that confidence and the consistency that comes from winning.
You missed, sorry.
No, please, go ahead.
You missed some starts in July and around Leagues Cup. How was that coming back? Did you feel like it took you a little time to kind of get your legs back under you, or did it maybe look a little different because the team at that time wasn't playing as well? Like, how much of that was it maybe both?
Todavía me sigue doliendo los dedos, los tobillos. Creo que estoy muy grande ya. Pero no, creo que el equipo lo hizo bien hasta un gran punto. Olvidé la pregunta.
Decirle que te costas un poquito.
Sí, perdón, sí. Sí, me costó muchísimo porque sinceramente no soy una persona que se lesiona tanto, no soy una persona que le gusta estar lesionado, no soy una persona que le gusta estar con los kinesiólogos, con los fisioterapeutas, no me gusta. Eh, y me costó volver físicamente. He tenido problemas también afuera del campo que me han afectado la mentalidad, en la cabeza. Pero nada, estamos llegando al punto donde uno sabe lo que necesita el equipo, donde uno ya es un poco grande y es maduro para entender los momentos que le tocan pasar. Y nada, ya estamos llegando de nuevo al nivel que uno quiere estar también.
Yeah, I mean, my feet still swell up, so I don't know that it's fully gone away. But yeah, for me, obviously, I don't like to be injured. I don't get injured very often. I'm not a player who likes to be in there with the athletic trainers or the rehab guys. But no, I mean, I think at some point it comes to what the team needs, and you get to a point where you know that you have to just take everything as it comes and do what the team needs. And obviously there were injuries that were affecting me, things that were going on off the field that affected me mentally, but I know what the team needs, and that's what this time is for.
Do you feel like that the way they managed you during that time maybe is going to benefit you in the playoffs? Like, do you maybe feel a little physically stronger now than maybe last year in the playoffs?
No, creo que el año pasado estaba mejor, pero hoy tengo compañeros que también están en muy gran nivel, que están ayudando mucho al equipo, pero bueno, estamos tratando de llegar al nivel que estábamos el año pasado, a principio de año, y nada, ya hay que dejar atrás lo que pasó, hay que mirar ahora para adelante lo que viene Nueva York. Nosotros tenemos que ir a Nueva York y ganar allá, y después iremos analizando día a día, partido a partido. Como dije recién, uno se hace grande y los dolores empiezan a aparecer un poco más, pero nada, la mentalidad sigue igual, con ganas de ganar, con ganas de hacer historia en este club, y así vamos por eso. You forget everything.
Él empieza.
I forget.
What was the question?
Just if he's physically,
Oh.
because of the time, how
Sí,
you
no,
como
no,
era el
no,
año
no,
pasado.
No,
No.
Yeah.
obviously, I think I was at a higher level last year. And going into the beginning of this year, I think there's a lot of players in this team right now that are helping us and the team get to new heights. But for us, it's now about going to New York with the winning mentality, trying to close out this series, the opportunity to win and advance, and get back to that level that we were at last year with our mentality and the way we're performing.
Y lo de que estoy cada vez más grande y que cada vez empiezan a aparecer más los dolores, y que uno tiene, pero la mentalidad sigue con la mentalidad ganadora de querer ganar algo y hacer historia.
And obviously, as the games get bigger, the pain can be bigger as well, but the mentality remains the same, the mentality to win, to do big things, and to make history. Sorry, I forgot that. We'll have time for one more.
All right. Yeah, Lucho, this is something I asked Pat about last week, and you've had another wonderful season. Your stats were, in a lot of ways, better than they were last year when you won MVP. This year, for whatever reason, you were not a finalist for the MVP award. I think Pat, hopefully I'm paraphrasing this correctly, one of you guys will catch me if I'm not, but Pat said he felt like you could or should have been a finalist for the award this year. I wonder if that was something that upset you? Did you notice? Do you care? And is that motivating you? Maybe a little bit.
No, no me afecta ni tampoco sí le puse atención un poco, pero no me afectó para nada, no me dolió, no nada. Creo que los jugadores que están lo merecen estar ahí. Creo que se basó en jugadores que fueron consistentes durante todo el año. A mí me tocó perderme algunos partidos, ser suplente, no estar en mi nivel por lesiones, por cosas personales, como lo mencionaba recién. Y nada, estoy feliz por donde estamos con el equipo. El año pasado me tocó ganarlo y fue un gran año también. Hoy no me tocó y estoy feliz por donde sigue el equipo. Creo que el deporte en que jugamos somos 11, si bien es un reconocimiento individual, creo que también es parte del equipo que se logra. Pero como dije recién, creo que los jugadores que están ahí hicieron un gran trabajo durante todo el año para estar ahí. Obviamente a uno le hubiese gustado estar ahí, pero bueno, como dije recién, me enfoco en lo que viene y trato de mejorar día a día para poder ganar algo con el equipo.
Yeah, that doesn't affect me. I obviously I pay attention to it, I notice it, but it's not something that maybe affects me. I think the 5 players that are finalists for the award deserve to be there. I think it's an award based on consistency throughout the year. You know, for me, I missed time, I missed games, I was as a sub, so I think those players were consistent throughout the entire year. But like I said, the 5 players they deserve to be there, and it's a team game. It's a game of 11. If you get an individual award, it's because of the success of the team, and so I'm happy with where the team is and with what we're fighting for. But like I said, I think I struggled this year with injuries, with things off the field, and those players were consistent through the whole year, so they deserve to be there. Thank you.
Thank you.